writing a book is not just only about having all content, it's about consistency. It's not perfection, it's consistency. And most times, one of the mistakes people writers want to make is make sure that the book is perfect and the book is crisp, the book has all that it needs. But it's not just only about that, it's consistency. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can write and edit your book in a very good way that does not create stress for you. Now, I want to say this. There is one mistake that authors always make is to write and edit at the same time. And we're going to go straight into how you can write this book and realistic points that will help you in writing and editing this book like a pro. The first thing is set a realistic writing routine. I can't say this more than 6 million times. Have a planner. You know, if writing hourly is too stressful for you, set a 30 minutes reminder. Okay, for 30 minutes, I'm going to focus on writing 4 to 5 times a week or 2 to 3 times a week. You don't need to write for that long. Writing doesn't take time because now you have a blueprint. It's very easy for you to use that blueprint and that layout as a structure on what to write because now you know what to write. And because you have that blueprint and you have that layout and that framework to help you write that book, it's much easier for you to know what you're talking about because now each segment talks about a specific kind of thing. So you can schedule a time in your calendar, and even in the course, we give you a planner to help you plan out when to write your book and how to write your book. Dedicating, if you want to say at least 2 hours in a day or whatever it is, if you say that, okay, I want to schedule 2 days in an entire week, you can do the 2 hours straight. It's up to you if you want to do that. Or you can schedule 30 minutes every day, 30 minutes of focus every day for 2 to 3 times in a week or 2 to 5 times in a week. All up to you. But create a plan for your book. I think this is the reason why many authors have author's block. Is obviously the first reason of not even having a plan for your book. But second reason why many authors struggle to finish that book is because they don't create a planner. Create a calendar. Schedule it like a meeting with your future self. Put it in your calendar. I am writing 30 minutes, dedicating 30 minutes of my time around this time to write my book. Now, somebody will say, well, I'm a mom and I have kids. Understandable. I know what it means to have a young one in the house. And I'm not a mom, but I have a baby brother that I babysit all the time. And sometimes I have to put my schedule around his schedule. So if you're a mom, find out a time, maybe when the kids are asleep or early in the morning. You have to understand that this book is not just only writing for fun. It's a legacy. And if you're to build a legacy, you will be committed to it. So schedule a time, even if it's just 30 minutes, right? Schedule a time in your calendar that you can have a time with yourself to write this book. If it's 30 minutes early in the morning or in the afternoon when the kids are having their nap or in the evening when they've already gone to bed, but create that time. Maybe you wanted to watch Netflix. Maybe create that 30 minute or 1 hour, 30 minutes video time you're going to use to watch Netflix. Say, okay, I'm going to use that time to invest in myself and build a legacy. The second thing is, if you are a working class person and you're like, oh, well, I don't have kids, but I work all the time and I'm exhausted after work. You can say, okay, if maybe 30 minutes a day is too much for me and I don't have 30 minutes to dedicate 2 to 3 times a week or 5 times a week. I have maybe sometimes 1 hour, 2 hours, then you can do this. Okay, I have 1 hour, which is 30 minutes, times 2, right? So that saves me more time, but then less amount of times in the week. I can then schedule 2 days in the entire week, maybe a Saturday where it's more likely, or the weekends. I can just schedule 1 hour early in the morning, wake up earlier in the morning or late in the night, depending on the kind of person you are, and then schedule that time to get it done. Or I can just go straight 2 hours and know that I'm done for the week. But you understand what I'm saying as to dedicate time to write the book. writing doesn't actually take time. It's the absence of scheduling and focus. Once you fix these two issues, you should be able to write well. You can find a place that you're focused on, and you can find a time that you can be present to write. So that's the first thing. The second thing is write first, edit later. I cannot say this more than 6 million times. One of the issues people do is that they write and edit at the same time. You can't do that. What that does is that it destroys the flow of your book. It just makes it feel like pressure. It first gives you pressure, and then it destroys the flow. So instead of focusing on editing, you already know you're going to edit after anyways. Just write the book. Write it messy. Dump the ideas on there. Finish writing everything you think you can write on there, and then clean it up afterwards. Don't just be focused on, oh my god, I have to write and edit at the same time. It would disrupt the flow. I'm telling you, it's another mistake that people make, is that they want to write and edit at the same time, and that's the reason why it doesn't work, because you can't write and edit at the same time. You're writing something that is not good or perfect, and then editing is criticism. Editing is analysis. How can you be able to flow when someone criticizes you and analyzes you every second? Even you will not be able to flow. If I'm giving someone an idea every second and they're like, oh no, but you should do this, you should do that, you don't want to keep giving ideas, because then you feel like it's not valued. So write first to preserve your peace of mind, to motivate you to share. There is no limit. Just write. Dump the ideas. Write. That's why I said writing is so quick. It's editing that takes time. But write everything with the structure that you've put in place. Write as much as you can write. And then when you're done with each segment and each framework for your layout of your book, then you can say, okay, I'm done with writing. Let's focus on editing. And editing takes it longer, because then now you have to analyze what you've written. Give criticism, not bad ones, but positive criticism, where you're giving good feedback on okay, do this, correct this, change this word, write this different after you write. So that's what you should do. The third thing is use writing prompts to spark momentum. At one point, you may feel drained to write, and it's the issue is that someone asks me, oh Anita, I'm writing and I'm finding it difficult, and I'm like, are you criticizing your book? But also, do you give yourself encouraging prompts to help you keep writing? Like, I'm a writer, I can do this, or something like what I wish someone told me, or the biggest turning point in my story is, unlock your chapters. Put writing prompts on there to help you write your book better. Don't just write it because I want to write. No, put points, prompts, things that can help you. Okay, I need to write about this. So for example, let's say in the first category, you the past. One of my chapters was family. Let's say, for example, I can write like under each chapter, I can be like, okay, I remember when my mother did this, or in the late night 2016, I encountered a man that did this. So these are prompts that will help you in writing the book. So I advise that you do this before you start writing, because then that way you have prompts of what to do. Or when you're done with chapter 1 and you feel like, okay, let me go and create prompts for chapter 2, create a prompt so that you have an idea of what you're going to talk about. So don't just like I said, the example I gave, like, the biggest turning point in my life is, or I felt broken, but this is what I did. Like, put prompts to help you write your book. It will help you understand much better what to write about. The fourth step is find your writing voice. Listen, don't try and imitate best-selling authors and the way they write a book. Now, it's important to have, like, something to look at, to aspire your book to, but you have to understand that you need to be conventional and you need to be honest. It's about you. It's about your authenticity. It's not about anybody else. The book is not explaining somebody else. It's all about you, right? Authenticity connects better than being polished. And yeah, it's good for you to make sure your book looks polished and looks good, but let there be a voice. Let someone read your book and be like, oh, this is definitely Anita's book. Let it be a tone in your voice. It's the way you speak to someone in physical. Let you have a voice in writing. So try to find your writer's voice. Try to find out, what is my voice? What do I want people to learn? How do I want them to feel? And when you do that, that will help you in writing a book. And I want to say something as to, when you're done with the writing and you start editing, please ensure that there's grammar, there's flow. If you are indenting every paragraph, make sure you stick to that. If you're doing anything different, make sure you stick to that. Don't create dysfunctionality in your book. Create to one flow in your book when you're editing. Whatever font you want to use and whatever it is you want to use, try and use them, but make sure there is a consistency in your book. And then when you're done, the last step is to get feedback, not just praises, but real feedback. Not, oh my God, this book is amazing. No, get feedback. So this is where, like, if you're working with, let's say, a professional publishing editor, you can send this to them, or you have family and friends that are good at editing, that you send it to them. Some people that you trust, trusted readers that will tell you the truth. People that can say, okay, I love this, but I think you should change here or correct this place. So try and get feedback. This will help you improve the clarity and flow of your book. It will help you in editing this book better. Don't just think that you're the only one that know this book. And I talked about like the 3 stages of editing in the course, so go check it out if you want to. But just pinpoint areas that you feel like, oh, this may need work. Let me get another person's view on it. There's something that someone used to tell me. One of my mentors tells me. She said, 2 is better than 1, and it's true. There's a power in collaboration. There's a power in getting 2 people's viewpoints on something, or even 3. The more the merrier, but not too much where people are criticizing your work. Find the circle of people that you can trust, that will not bring you down, but correct you, discipline you, or find you, or tell you the truth that will help you become better, right? So I hope that this video was helpful to you, and I can't wait for you to start your writing journey, and I will see you guys later. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.